If you're a developer working with Atlassian Jira and want to streamline your workflow, today's tutorial is for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand the fundamental steps of using Jira to manage your tasks, from creating work items to reporting on your progress, so you can collaborate efficiently and keep your projects running smoothly. Let's get right into it. First off, you'll want to create and organize your work inside Jira. Think of Jira like a digital bulletin board where each card represents a piece of the project. Say you're building a big new feature. Start by creating an epic for that feature. An epic is like an umbrella. Everything related to that big goal fits underneath it. Break the epic down into stories for smaller pieces, each describing a user-facing part or technical requirement. And don't forget the subtasks. It's helpful to make stories even more actionable by breaking them into subtasks someone could realistically finish in a day or two. For example, if one story is add user authentication, your subtasks might be design login form and implement backend validation. This way, everything stays bite-sized and trackable, making it less overwhelming and easier to distribute work among your team. Now, once your work items are organized, it's time to plan and start a sprint. Usually, this is led by a Scrum Master who will set the sprint's duration, typically 1 or 2 weeks, and assemble a batch of stories that need tackling. Before the sprint officially begins, you as a developer should add your planned tasks to the right stories. Take a moment here to review what's been scoped for the sprint and add in anything else you'll need to do, like tests or documentation. Planning upfront sets expectations and makes sure you're not blindsided by missing pieces later. Let's talk about linking your work to your code. This is one of those steps that can save your team tons of time and confusion. When you start working on a feature, use Jira's Create Branch option straight from the ticket. This automatically generates a new branch in your repository with the correct naming conventions, which means less chance for errors. Once your branch is created, link it back to the Jira ticket. This connection lets everyone, devs, testers, managers, see the status of that code and which ticket it's tied to, all at a glance. It's like stitching together your code and your project board, so nothing gets lost in the shuffle. Next up is committing and syncing your progress in Jira. Always include comments in your commits, especially the Jira ticket number, so anyone checking the Git history knows exactly what work relates to which ticket. As you get things done, move your tasks across the Jira board, from in progress to done. This might seem like a small admin job, but it's crucial. Keeping your tasks updated lets your teammates know where things stand, avoids duplicate work, and keeps stand-ups quick and focused. If your board starts looking chaotic, don't worry, it's normal, and regular updates help keep everyone on the same page. Finally, you'll want to refine your workflow and report on your progress. Jira Query, Language or JQL, is a powerful way to create filters to slice and dice your backlog. For example, you can build a filter for all work assigned to me, so you only see what you personally need to tackle, or for all items in testing to keep tabs on code waiting for feedback. Save these filters so they're just a click away, and use them to generate custom reports that you can share with your manager or at team meetings. Whether you need to show off completed features or identify bottlenecks, these reports turn your day-to-day Scrum updates into tangible progress. And that wraps up our guide on how to use Jira as a developer. If you found this tutorial helpful, please hit like and don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions or want tips for advanced Jira workflows. Be sure to subscribe for more practical guides like this one. Thanks for watching and good luck with your next sprint.